What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my Grand Tactician Civil War stream. It's been a minute since I played this game. So before we kind of start, I have a question for you guys. So I've been thinking about, I don't know, a lot of things. Uh, I need your help finding. One of the things is I need your help finding a Steam game. Uh, if this is my Steam name, the Strategy Wargamer, if you have any games that you want to get rid of, I need something really that like you have a code for you want to get rid of, or I don't know, uh, or if you have any recommendations, anything like that. Please like refer it to me, message me on here, or post in the comments. These are the three games I kind of narrow it down, but and I'm gonna $62 is not too bad actually. I could probably do $62, but there's so many games in my wish list that I'm so hoping to get. Um, I'm like, I don't know. I'm having a hard time choosing, and I want to like get games that are really immersive. I need something to like right after work to get into because like there's just so much stress going on. There's just so much stuff going on, and I want something to like look forward to at the end of the day. Um, that like as soon as I get off work, I can rush to it. Like I miss that feeling. And there's a lot of games here that I have. I also want a community. Number one thing do want is develop a community. Like if you guys are into like Hearts of Iron 4 and you want to start like a game session, I would love to do something like that, or Victoria 2 or Victoria 3 session. If you're up for that, let me know. I would love to like do something like that with you guys, and like I could record it and stuff like that because I need something to look forward to, something like after hours that I can get into. Usually, like I go on YouTube and stuff like that, and it's it's fine. Verify it's you. YouTube doesn't think I am me. Hold on, I'm trying to get like my comment section here. Check your device. I don't have my device on me. Thank you, YouTube. Uh, Here, let me watch it regularly. But yeah, like I would love to do something with you guys. I would love to like I call it do like a vast multiplayer grand strategy game with you guys. In Heart to Iron, Rim World would be really cool if you guys want to do that. Victoria. I've had a couple of friends that I used to play games with, but like one went to Greece, another one is going through another thing, other ones are going through other things. So like I feel like disconnected from like everybody I know. So like everybody else is busy and all this stuff. So if you guys are interested in like getting together and playing like a massive multiplayer game, that would be freaking amazing. Anyway, let's play the Civil War 1861 to 1865. I don't know where I last left off. And the reason I didn't continue this on the last time we played, which was November 3rd, so it's been like 2 months almost, is, and I'll show you. And this is why I have the topic set as Grand Tactician Civil War needs multiplayer. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to exclamate needs, but yeah, it needs multiplayer. And by the way, I found this in Walmart. Zevia, I mentioned it earlier. I have like heart stuff that I have to watch out for. So cholesterol, all that stuff. This thing is zero everything. It tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper or the Coca-Cola one that they have. And ingredients are carbonated water, natural flavors, citric acid, stevia leaf extract. I have no idea what that is, but I'm assuming it's better than the other stuff they put in, like Dr. Pepper. Um, Okay, I thought I was gonna be able to show you the actual campaign map. I can't. But in a campaign map, I have Richmond, I have DC, and I was gonna show you that the Confederate armies that matched my strength are in the Shenandoah. They're literally camped out on a river, and it's buggy. And what I mean by buggy is like they're literally just moving onto the river. So like you have one army. This is the Shenandoah River, or whatever it is, right? One army moving this way, one army moving this way, and they're just doing this for weeks. I'm taking Richmond. They're doing this, and it's like I'll show you once this kind of finishes. But it's like this is why we need multiplayer. Come on, like I don't even know what battle this is. Battle Richmond. Okay, I think they actually sent an army after me. Okay, so I have a total of 19,000 men. You see the screen tearing, or there was screen tearing. When you have two monitors, it puts double excuse me stress on the GPU. You see the screen tearing right there? Hold on. I'm trying to get so I don't lose your comments here, guys, because I don't want to lose your comments. And I don't know where my phone is. Uh, Verify it's you. I don't understand why Google does this. And it says check your device, more ways to verify. Tap yes on your phone or tablet, get a verification code from Google Authenticator. I don't I don't know. I guess I'm gonna miss your comments. Freaking Google. I swear I hate that they do stupid stuff like this. Um but I guess I gotta watch my own video in one screen and then play the game in the other. Because thanks, Google. By the way, did you guys know that Google is getting broken up? Yeah, Google is getting broken up into multiple. Well, at least they're losing Chrome. Chrome is off the table. They have to sell it off. Android's on the table to be thrown out. Uh, oh, we're actually moving. The thing is on. So the Justice Department is planning to break up Google, and I'm so thankful for it. And I know some of you guys are like the government shouldn't get involved in private business and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. I read a lot about tech, and I listen to a lot of tech interviews. Google is uninnovative as a company. Uninnovative. If you guys have a Nest thermostat, the guy who headed that up, I think his name is Tony Fadell. He created the original iPod, right? And he sold his company to Google in the hopes of like getting all these new engineers and integrating it closer to Google's hardware. And Google had no idea what to do with it. They just said, "Yeah, I mean, we have it. I guess just keep making the product. Bug fixes." Nothing was done, and he was just like, after I think like a year or two, he's like, "I'm done." I'm like, "Nothing's been done. Like every project that you guys don't want to integrate this, like." It was bad. And like that's not the only thing that I hear about. Google buys companies and they just let them rot. And then they eventually go to like a Google graveyard. There's actually a website called the Google Graveyard. You can kind of check it out. So this is I have to get this. So let's do that. Oh, Grant's in this one. Do you see Grant? So I'm gonna have Grant come up this way. So he's gonna have to double quick probably. He's all the way at the far right too. That's gonna take a minute. But yeah, Google's going to get broken up into multiple. So Chrome, and then if Google doesn't agree to like the Justice Department's things, Android is going to be on the table. They're going to get rid of Android and spin it off to another company or sell it to another company, whatever it may be. And I'm for it because Google has become like a shadow of its former self. Like if you, I listened to a couple of tech podcasts, and they were talking about how Google originally back in the early 2000s, they didn't want ads in Google search. Like you type in whatever you need to do on Google, and it would pop up with your search results, and it became the bee's knees of search. Then they started adding little things like a box, one or two boxes, and they highlighted it orange. Say, hey, by the way, this is an ad. This is an ad. These are your search results, right? So people were like, normally like, okay. Um, and then slowly over the last 5, 10 years, it's like they took out the orange search bar and they're just like link, 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 link kind of thing, something like that with all ads. But they make the ads look like your search results, and then they add more ads to the right. Um, and they're also destroying the web, from what I've been hearing from tech analysts and tech uh, reporters and other industry experts from like AMD and RS Technica and IBM and Intel, because what they're doing is I run a website, so whatever I post on the website gets traffic. So if I post an article about like the National Guard, saving a community by doing something, right? People go to that website, they read it, and they would look at the ads. I don't post any ads on my site, but they would look at the ads, and we would get revenue, right? Um, what Google is doing is they're taking that information from that website and posting it on Google.com, so you never go to that website. So in essence, the internet is dying. A lot of these companies are saying the internet's dying because of this, and it's pretty sad, man. Not even pretty sad. It's very sad. I love the sounds in this game, man. I love Grand Tactician, but Grand Tactician, don't get me wrong, I love you. Like, I love you guys. Like, when I visit you guys, if I ever get a chance to visit you, visit your studios, hopefully I get more into the gaming and doing reviews and visiting gaming sites and gaming studios and stuff like that. When I take you guys out, when we go to a bar, you ain't paying for shit. I'll go broke before you pay anything. I would literally go broke. I'll tell my wife, I'll be like, hey, I'll be like, Mag, listen, we're gonna take out a loan. I'm covering all these guys' drinks, their food. Tonight you ain't paying a dime. You know, it's the least I can do for a game like this. Because I freaking love this game, man. And I compare this game to like other games that I play, like I play NBA 2K24 a lot. Um, and you can see the quality difference, right? A developer, or publisher, whatever, that puts in 300 million dollars to the game, and like when you look at it, you're like, where's the money going? And then you have two guys that made this game, literally with a couple of contractors, and look at it, like it's ridiculous. Like this game has, look at this, it has more artwork, more just eye candy than whatever. I've been watching another video on my YouTube subscription about like how Ubisoft is destroying Assassin's Creed and all these big IPs and stuff like that. So this is why I'm so thankful for Slytherin and Matrix. This is why I'm so thankful, right? And I remember Matt from Single Malt Strategy podcast, the historical gamer as he's known, saying like one said, is Slytherin Matrix paying you off? Like, are they giving you money? And I'm like, no. He was like, yeah, because you keep giving them glorious reviews. You keep saying great things about them. And I'm like, Cause I really love them. I really love everything they do. Look at the industry. And it's like, yeah, to me, it seems like they're giving you money and you're just, I'm like, so I remember when he said that to me, I was really pissed off. I was really pissed off. I'm like, no offense, but I served, right? So when you're in the military, right, like the one thing they keep pushing on you, they instill in you is honor, courage, commitment. Like literally, when I was in the Marine Corps, right, in boot camp, I had a medical discharge, but like you literally pounding on your rack for hours. Honor, courage, commitment. Honor, courage, commitment. Right, and so like maybe to him as a I'm not gonna say it, but like maybe to him, like it doesn't mean anything, but to me it means a lot. Like I could be right now asking you guys help me pay for some of the Steam games I want. I don't want you guys to do that. In fact, if I what I want you guys to do is if you have some free money, right? Do the children's hospital, the children's hospital. Um, I forgot the name of it, but do the Children's Hospital or do a veterans group or do American Battlefield Trust. I don't want to take money from those organizations. If you have extra money after the holidays, do that. Right? Like my paychecks are extremely tight. I'm gonna get laid off. I know I'm gonna get laid off because of numerous factors. We couldn't even go to New York because of money. My wife's car broke and like dipping into savings, all this stuff. People have it worse, right? St. Jude's, that's what it's called. I think St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Donate there, right? Donate there. Um, I can live without, like, yeah. Why is this so bright? Like, this is supposed to be. It's like yellowish here, but on here, it's on my, whatever, the camera here, it looks so bright, man. Maybe it's the screens, I don't know. He gets to see my beautiful face more brightly. So this is gonna be a problem because I don't know if you guys noticed, everybody has mixed muskets. I screwed up again. Some have rifled muskets, so that's pretty good. But some have mixed muskets, which is really bad. It feels weird because there's no music in the background. It's too quiet. That's another thing I wish they would add. And then these guys just have muskets, which is a little bit scary, man. I'm hoping Kemper's brigade and everybody choose their big brigades too. But yeah, I really don't want to like ask for money and stuff like that. And I know like I watch YouTubers and stuff like that, and they're like, they have the streaming thing on the side. And they're like, thank you for donating $20, and thank you for donating $5. And it would be really cool because it will help with like bills and stuff like that. But I don't want you guys to do that. I want you guys to donate to veterans groups, donate to the American Battlefield. Above all those, St. Jude's, right? Children with those kind of medical conditions go first. You know, so like that's what it would buy. Like I guess maybe that's why I don't like donating because I'm like I feel like there are more important organizations to donate to. They're concentrating a whole two divisions up there. They're just leaving one division there. Yeah, they're right under this hill. That's weird position to be in. Jeez, mixed muskets. Oh my gosh. Let's do this. You go here at the double time. I'm gonna give you an order to hold here. And then you, sir, with rifled muskets, are gonna hold this side here. And have the artillery battery hold up there. This is not ideal. I screwed this. I haven't played this game in a while, so just bear that in mind. I'm hoping this brigade of 5,000 men, because without this brigade, I'm not going to be able to do what I need to do. Oh man, they haven't started even moving. Grant only has mixed muskets, and some of them are in bad shape. I forgot where I left off in this game, man. I really did. But this is gonna take a little bit of a miracle to kind of fix. Sorry, I'm trying to get the chat. It's not posting anything in the chat, so I don't know if the chat's broken or what. Because YouTube won't let me validate without my phone, and I don't know where I left my phone. But there's also an antitrust case against Apple. So that is kind of crazy too. Now, so from the tech podcast I've been listening to, they were saying don't expect anything big for the next 5-10 years. Antitrust cases take years to kind of go through and stuff like that. Um, but what, in essence, the Justice Department is levying against Apple is they have too much control. That's that to get into the App Store, like 1 out of 2 Americans uses an iOS device, right? So in order for me to get an app, right, on my phone, whatever, I need to get the app off the Apple App Store. Now the thing is, to for a developer to do that, it takes a little bit of doing. So let's say I want to make a wallpaper app. I'll give you a good example. My son has an iPad, and he likes this app. It's called the glittering app, right? And it's basically you just put your finger, and it just shimmers as you move around. Nothing big, nothing too fancy, right? But he really wanted this app, and double time, double time. They're gonna focus right on here, and the artillery is not in a good spot. So anyway, So anyway, I'm gonna pause it real quick so I could just explain it real quick. Sorry about this, guys, but basically, in essence, he wants a shimmering app where, like, on his iPad, you just go like this and it shimmers, and it has a couple other things it does, and the app is $10, right? And I'm like, $10 for an app that I can make in probably 2 or 3 hours, right? A couple hours, whatever it may be, right? Wouldn't take long, right? It's $10, not one time, $10 a week. So that's $5,200, right? Is my mouth correct? Something like that. It would be $10 a week. 10 times 4 is 40. 40 into. Okay, so it's not. Yeah, it's under $500, but still under $500 for pretty much an app that you just shimmer and shine kind of thing. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. I was just like, this is ridiculous. And they make apps where, like, I wanted to do an app where, the amount of push-ups I do, right? I could just put in, I did, this many in this set, right? They require like an $8 subscription. And I'm just like, these apps are not difficult to make. I can make it, right? But for you to make it, you have to, A, make a developer account with Apple, which I think is $100 a year, right? Two, I have to make the app first and then hope that it passes Apple's guidelines, right? If Apple has the final right to approve or disapprove that app. So you can spend 2, 3, 4, 5 years making an app and say, I'm going to release it, going to make tons of money off of it. Apple could say no. So in the EU, they basically said to Apple, you gotta, let third-party app stores on the app store, in essence. Oh, these guys are laying down. And then they're even saying to Apple, saying we also want we want apps to be downloaded off the web, because you can't go to a website and download an app to your iPhone. Apple just doesn't allow it, and it's for security purposes. And I can understand why they do a lot of these things. I worked for Apple, and I can tell you that there are a lot of people out there that would say, "Hey, download this app. It's going to scan your iPhone, clear your viruses." And there are a lot of people that would do that. So I can understand Apple's point of view, but as a pro user myself, it it it's tough when you have to spend 10. I don't know if I bought that for him. I hope I didn't. I think I did it one time and I canceled the subscription after like the first week or whatever. But when your kid is crying and screaming and stuff like that, I mean, call me weak. He's my firstborn. It is what it is. He changed my life. Alright, these guns are firing, but I need a better line of sight. The line of sight here stinks. By the time I move it around here, it's going to take forever. These guys have muskets, and they're double timing. I'm finally getting these guys here, but they're gonna. I mean, actually, they're not too bad. They're double timing, and they're still getting there in time. All right, so I have the whole brigade. Okay, there we go. By the way, a lot of you guys that watch don't subscribe. I'm at 3.7K subscribers. You can get me to 4,000. That'd be great. That's the one thing I will ask. Uh oh. What does that mean? What is this sound? What's my mouse? Okay, Shady Grove is taken. I took the objective. Holla. Dude, I could probably take the entire Confederate army with just those two divisions. Maybe if I go up here, I'll get some better range. I don't know. I'm gonna try it out. They took 94 casualties. I took none. That's weird. I should be taking heavy casualties. I'm not, which is weird. I guess because they're getting flanked. These guys took so long. I mean, I didn't expect. I knew that it was going to take them a long time, but whatever. I'm releasing a video probably tonight about what gifts you guys got for Christmas. I want to know. Let me know what you guys got for Christmas. I want to know, like, if you got, um, you know, Steam games, a Steam gift card, whatever. Uh, oh wow, they're actually charging. Oh, that's not good. I didn't want to do that. Ah, whatever. Last thing you want to do is charge and then tell them not to charge. I'll lose the cavalry. I can replace cavalry far easier than infantry. Where's my artillery that was here? Jeez, you guys are taking a sweet time. I'm literally fighting this battle with little to no artillery. I want to see where I could press. I'm thinking about moving this unit around this way and flanking. I don't know. Get in line, boys! Get in line! My apologies, guys. If you are commenting, I can't see because YouTube. Come on, boys. Keep it up now. I can't believe I sent these guys with mixed muskets. You know what? Forget it. Let's just do this. It's gonna take them forever to fall back here and come around. It'll take a nightmare and a half. I should have numerical superiority too. So this guy has to send a runner out here. I think I did that thing that I did it was planning not to do, which was do a order delay. I think I did that. By the way, who's going back to work tomorrow? Hey. I took off Friday because I wasn't feeling well. So it actually gave me I worked last Monday, so I got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Technically, I was sick. Saturday, I was sick pretty much all most of the day in bed. Sunday, which I was half and half today. So, yeah, half and half of a vacation. What about you guys? I asked my boss. I was just like, "Let me ask you, um, is it possible I could take off Friday, the weekend before Christmas, Monday, Friday of next week or something like that. So I could literally have Friday off, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a nice long vacation." And he was like, "Nah, man, people beat you to that." I'm like, all right. People are smart, man. People are smart. They did that to me. They did that at Apple. Like people put in like their Christmas vacations in like July, and I was just like, dude, that's so far away. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, it's July, man. Just had July 4th. You're thinking about Christmas, but then come Christmas, it paid off because they got some brigades coming down to address me over here. That's okay. Where's the guy who's in charge? Robinson. Oh man, these guys are low on ammo already. Their flanks up in the air. I need you to get to short range and double time. Jeez, they got a whole division up here. Alright, so now they're not being flanked. I need to get these guys closer, though. So they have a division here that I think are going to try to outflank me. You see these guys? I don't know if they're skirmishers. Now they're a detachment. But I got this guy here is going to push on them. I think I got this in the bag, honestly. When you have mixed muskets and stuff, make sure they're on short range. And you ain't going to hit anything if you got a musket. Let's see if that charge works. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not good. Well, let's do something like that. Go to short range. Come on, boys. Come on. I don't want to move these guys in because, as you can see, Negley has them in like really bad case. Man, I lost 36 soldiers because of those artillery batteries. Jeez. One of those artillery's fire went from 46 to 52. Yeah, I think I broke them, boys. I need you to fall back here because you are literally out of ammo. Oh, actually, you stand by because you got nothing. Okay, so I won this one. Surprise! I didn't think I was gonna do well. Keep up with them. Yeah, and I'm surprised they're still staying around. Shoot! Got a brigade of 2,700 men. I'm gonna use their own guns against them. Fire palm blank range into them. Excuse me. I gotta get the division commanders closer up to the battlefield, man. Where are you, my friend? You need to be up there, my friend. Ah! Did you run with the guns? No, they didn't. I'm surprised they're not retreating. Like, they got nothing left. One brigade over here is breaking. One brigade here is okay. This one's breaking. What do they expect to accomplish? I don't understand. Retreat, you crazies! Okay, finally. Craziness. They actually thought they were gonna win. I mean, were they drunk or something? Hold on to the last possible moment. At least I got their guns, right? Wait, I saw something here. Where's the artillery? I saw. There we go. There's something here. Right there. Get that. I want to get as many of the guns as possible. Less guns for them, right? Alright, let's go to 20x. Oh, stop running after them. Just halt. Let them run away. You can't surround and like get them. This tearing is driving me nuts, though. So I lost 0 to 26 guns. They lost 12 out of 18 of their guns. They lost 3,000 men. I lost 2,000. Not bad. And it was A.S. Johnson, which is a really good general. I think I have like a respiratory infection, man. I think it's also the weather too. My wife was saying like it was little. I kid you not. Last week it was in the 30s, right? I'm trying to PT to get back in the Coast Guard, Coast Guard Auxiliary. I should know by I think this week. Um, just get back in uniform. I know I'll be a civilian. You're a civilian in the Coast Guard Auxiliary, but they allow you to wear the Coast Guard uniform. Um, but to give back, I have IT experience, so whatever I could do to help out, my country, my state, I miss that, you know. So I forgot where I was going, but I'm doing that. So like it was 30 something degrees. So I've been PTing, trying to get back into some type of shape, so I don't look slobberly soldier kind of thing. Um, and now it was hit 70 today. So it was 30, then 40, then I think in the 50s, then now 70. Like, and I was talking to the girl at the coffee shop. She was like, "Yeah, I can't." She was like, "I'm not feeling well either from all these weather changes." I'm like, "Yeah, me neither, man. Like, this is ridiculous." She was like, "Can't winter just be winter?" I'm like, "Yeah, tell me about it." I was just like, it's a lot on your body, man. Jeez, I'm only up to 10,000. I only have 10,000 pieces left of regular musket. I think one thing they need to fix in this game, and a lot of people have mentioned it, is the what do you call it? The economy system. While the economy and system in here is incredible, it's like as or even more depth than Victoria 2, which I love. Right? People are saying they're confused by it. They made some dev blogs on how it works, so it's very intricate. I like that. I don't want them to dumb it down. Please don't dumb it down. But like certain things, like I want to be able to weapons and auto purchase weapons. So like I want to get the where is it? Plains rifle? No. I want to get the where's the bloody rifle that I want? Mississippi rifle. This one. I want to get this. I want to purchase 15,000 or maybe 5,000. I can't. So like I don't know. I'm building the stuff that it needs to be built. Like I built all the like foundries, and at least I built one foundry, one of this, one of that. So I don't know, man. And I can't like build a billion of them because my credit rating. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, man. All right, I just gotta make sure everybody has bullets, musket, cheese. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. There's a rebel army here. 3,000. How many troops you got? 4,000. But muskets. Everybody has muskets. That's the problem. I'm gonna see if I can do like policies or something, projects. I need something that I can make the guns faster. And you're supposed to be able to import the rifles too. There's no process from what I'm seeing for that. And I'm also doing like a conversion of the muskets into rifles, and that doesn't seem to. I don't know. There's a few things missing. I don't know, guys. I don't know. If you guys know better ways on how I can get, you know, because like I have, hold on, there's certain things you need to build. You have to get all the key elements to build rifles, right? So like machine parts, small arms, ammunition. You need a lot of things, weapons. Can I change this? Exports, imports. I can't change that. So what does this mean? So there's a demand for 111,000 pieces of rifles. And it doesn't look like I can affect it. Like I can't really do anything. Can I? How can I increase this? So it's going from 3 point. Alex, go to your mommy. Go to mom. Go to mom. Go to mom. Okay, go to mom. Uh, so like I have all these things here too. I should be building like iron mines, coal mines, right? I have iron works, right? So I have all these things. I'm assuming I need to upgrade the buildings, foundries. But you can't just upgrade one thing. You need to build. Like I love this game. Don't get me wrong, but I think there should be more automation. Like I don't want to handle every economic thing. Oh, I have the Richmond Armory. Ha 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 ha. That means less weapons for them. Ha ha. Springfield Armory in Massachusetts. That's bill number two. What does the armory do again? Remind me. Armories, factories, ironworks, brickworks, market, hospital, prison camp, military academy. So I really foundries. All right, by melting them into a liquid, pouring the metal into a mold, and remove the mold. Foundries produce iron and bronze. So you have to build foundries, but then you need ironworks. Is an industrial plant where heavy iron and steel products are made, includes small arms, artillery, and ammunition. So I need this, right? So I need to build that, which I'm building one, right? I'm gonna need to build a lot more. But it's just like, how much more ironworks do I need? Let's do this. These are Are these all the ironworks? Iron mines, ironworks, ironworks, ironworks. So I have a lot of them. I don't understand why like look at it. Production value is high. Why am I not getting what I need? I mean, if you guys know, let me know. But I don't think it should be this hard to kind of figure it out. Like, if I go into the military side, right? Weapons. And I go to, let's say, I want Springfield musket. I can't even buy these pieces. Not even 1,000 pieces of this. Okay. Why? All right, let's go to mixed muskets. I can't buy 1,000 pieces of that. So what am I built like what am I capable of doing? I can't even buy like legacy stuff. In stock is 2.5 standardization. It doesn't tell me how many being estimated delivery. Okay, so there is an order filled in approximately 49 days. How much cost of order is 7.7? Okay, so there's an order in place. I'm assuming it's 15,000 pieces. I don't know. I wish there was more data here, but we'll see. But I wanted to show you this bug here, right? So this is the bug that I was talking about. It looks like one of the armies, right? So you have a big Confederate army, the Army of Shenandoah, 10,000 men. I think this is Stonewall. He's just sitting here. And then I think this army, 3,000 men. I have a Hampton division of 15,000 men. That they're just sitting here. They're not doing anything. The Army of the Northwest, which was 15,000 men, moved down here to engage me. It doesn't. What are they doing? I just want to make sure these guys have rifled muskets. These guys are really good shape. Well, musket. Maybe I can upgrade you. Can I upgrade you, my friend? No. Half of them have muskets. Jeez, these guys have mixed muskets. But I feel like, I should also be able to import weapons, right? Because that was one of the big things that you could do is import weapons from overseas. Now the question is, how do I import? Right? So like go down here and you hit small arms, you hit weapons, right? And it gives you like all this stuff, the Confederacy. Confederacy is importing more, I think, than I am, right? I just don't understand why I can't import more from England. Value tariffs. I have zero tariffs, zero sales tax. End Depot, I have that. I can't right click. Nothing there does anything. If I do this, this does nothing. If I do this does nothing. So like what purpose does this solve? Changes during the previous this feels automated. Like I don't think I can do anything there. If you guys know a way, let me know in the comments. Are they building a hospital on me? So they got 3,600 men, 15,000 men. Let's go after them. I got McDowell coming down. I don't even know what my Navy's up to. I think they're all in dry dock trying to repair themselves. But like the naval side for this game needs to get fixed. Like 5 ships are disabled. They're in port, so I don't know if they're actually getting repaired or not. It says status awaiting orders. 5 are disabled, so what does that mean? Like you're in Baltimore, Maryland. It's a big port. I don't know. Do I have to issue an order? Repair? Stop. Return to port. Okay. I guess maybe I'll do that. Maybe it'll engage in that repair process if I do that. I don't know, man. I'll tell you. Ooh, I got a new army coming up here. 7,000 men. On the Winfield Scott, the original. Not Hancock. No, well, technically. Winfield Scott. Yeah, so Winfield Scott, not Winfield Scott Hancock. You get confused with them, I'll tell you. So I got McDowell coming down with his army of 35,000 men. And his army in Shenandoah is just sitting, just, I don't know. I guess they're fishing or something? I don't know. Ooh, I can assign a perk. What should I perk? Should I give a balloon corps? Nah. Bureau of Military Information. Let us do the ambulance corps. Let's do that. Let's go to 5x. This army is running away. All right, so I'm gonna. I really want to play like a Hearts of Iron type of game. I don't want to play against a computer. So again, if you guys want to like do something like that, let me know. It'd be really cool to have like a every other day or twice or three times a week kind of thing. Attempts to drop tomorrow. It says on my Windows thing here. Well, that's great. I wonder what the temps tomorrow are gonna be. It's 11:42. And temps tomorrow are going to be, it's 60 degrees right now. It was 70 earlier today. And Monday it's going to be, it's not too bad. It's going to be high of 61, then a high of 65, then 53, 47, 46, then 37 on Saturday. So we're going to go back to cold. Weird, right? Okay. So I am attacking, right? Yeah. All right. So I got McDowell. And how far can I choose this? Is it? Oh, that's not good. Oh man, they're like on two sides of the river. That's not good. All right, let's click whatever. That. All right, before we do that, we're this is a tight spot. This is the Battle of Strasbourg. I have no idea where that is. I mean, on the map I do, but New Market. Oh, the Battle of New Market. Interesting. So we're squeezed into this tight little spot. If I were the Confederates, I would just fortify right here. Let's see what they do. Because honestly, I can't really do anything. Because like, I could probably send a brigade out, maybe a division, and come around this way. I'll see what happens. All right. I want my best boys, rifled muskets, everybody. Springfield musket. No, I want everybody with a rifled musket, rifled. Okay, and who's in command of this? Heinzelman. Okay. I'm gonna move Heinzelman as the lead element in this attack here. So Heinzelman's gonna go first because he got like everybody that's got good stuff. Mansfield with 8,000 men and mostly muskets. So what I'll do? What about this guy, Robert Anderson, the guy who ran Fort Sumter? All muskets. Jeez. rifled musket, rifled musket, rifled musket, and a 24 pound howitzer. All right, I have Bernard. He is going to lead the second division to launch the attack. And then I'm going to have Mansfield do the reserve. And then I'm going to cross over this way with another division, Anderson. So we'll do something like that. I think I'm missing somebody, but whatever. Cavalry. Cavalry is important. I should probably have done that. And I'll double time you guys. So I have this division, this division, this division, this division, that division. Okay, so everybody's in play right now. So I have 35,000 men. They have half that. But even with half that, like this should be easy to defend. They set up the engineering stuff down south of the town. This is not what I would have done. Honestly, I know that these give you extra bonus defensive stuff, but I would rush my boys over here, probably create some kind of, the wooden fence, whatever, from here to here. Make it really tight. That's what I would do. That's just me, though. I really hope I don't have strep throat again. My stepdaughter has strep throat, so I wonder if she brought it in the house. So, did I move you guys? You guys are all muskets. Well, some of you. All right, I'll have the New Jersey militia as like the reserve. So they're just gonna sit here, which is, I mean, this seems like an okay position to defend, right? You got this little stream here on your right flank to cover you, and then you have I don't know why they would put artillery here. I guess it's in bad shape. And then you have another line here for defense, and then you have a division reserve, at least three brigades in really bad shape though. So this is a bad spot for them because this is tight, but their flank is in the air. They have this our cavalry right here with 214 men, which basically means if I put a division down their throat this way, they're done. It's over, which is what I'm gonna do. And then after this game, it's gonna be 11 o'clock. It's probably gonna be late, but whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna start war in the west. I think, or war plan. War in the west. I want to go Grognard, like a series. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm missing your comments, guys, my apologies. It doesn't show up anything on here. I'm assuming YouTube is acting up again. But believe it or not, YouTube actually some of the stats that I saw is one of the most what's the word I'm looking for, most streamed, like compared to Netflix and everything else. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. I do watch a lot of YouTube though, not like crap YouTube. I watch like I used to watch a lot about like the war in Ukraine. Like there are actually YouTubers out there that like will get photographs of things like Russian armor depots and see how many tanks Russia has and what each unit has done in the last week. Like, you know, the this Marine unit of the Ukraine army did this. The this Russian rifle unit did this. This North Korean, yeah, North Koreans are already engaged in Ukraine, is doing this. But I've slowed down on that. I don't know why. My buddy, I thought the war kind of fell into like almost like a stalemate. But my buddy sent me a video from Kings and Generals. It's a types in Kings and Generals. You'll get the YouTube channel about how the Russian war is progressing right now, and it's not doing well for Ukraine, not at all. So I was kind of surprised by that. Like they're losing ground, and more ground than I thought they were losing originally. Like I thought it was like yards here, meters there. No, they're losing like this section, that section. Um, so, but I was talking to my wife about well, and my mom too about the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and you know I put it on my paperwork and everything, and I was like, "What are your thoughts?" Because the Coast Guard Auxiliary now is allowed to augment the Coast Guard in various support ship aspects. One of them, there was a mission where they took over cooking duties on a Coast Guard cutter. I was talking to my wife, and they went for like a 6 to 8 month deployment from like the Pacific, I think from the Atlantic, Pacific or Atlantic, to Australia, all the way to the North Pole, and then back. It was like a 6 to 8 month deployment, and I was like, "What do you guys? Which, you know that can I And you can imagine when my family's response to that would be like, we have 3 kids. I'm like, yeah, I know. But that's something I would love to do. I don't know if they're paid or because technically, when you're a Coast Guard auxiliary, you're not getting paid, so you're augmenting the Coast Guard free, right? So like you would do one weekend each weekend, or one weekend a month, or whatever you can provide U.S. government in whatever role you want to get trained in. So if you want to do search and rescue or commo or IT or whatever, and there's a few things that I have in mind, but I wouldn't mind cooking to go on a deployment for 6 to 8 months. I feel like I would be contributing something like like I could say I was on the deployment, like kind of thing. Maybe earn a patch, which would be really really cool. Like some people would say like dude, you got to get paid. I was like, dude, I'd take a patch over pay it any day. Like I'll take a loan from a bank, pay that loan off, just this way I can wear a patch. I earn a patch. You know, um, like one thing that I always wanted to earn was a combat patch. If you're in the army, you serve in a combat operations zone, you can wear a combat patch, and to me that was something. Some National Guard units, some U.S. Army units that are like maybe I don't know, let's say your fifth infantry division, but you went into combat with the 101st Screaming Eagles division. You can wear that patch on your right hand on your shoulder. Isn't that sick? the same patch that Easy Company wore in World War II. Like to me that would be like epic. That would be like that would be like that would be like life goal kind of thing. But like one thing that I'm doing with my one thing I'm trying to do with my nonprofit is, if you guys are not familiar, I run a type of nonprofit. Um, it's called StateDefenseForce.com, and we're pretty much funded by Patreon in essence. We don't do ads, as you can see, but basically. What we do is I don't know if you guys are familiar with state defense forces, also known as state guards. It's like this. So you have active duty Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, Space Force, and then you have U.S. Military Reserve, Army National Guard is a reserve for the Army, reserve. Air National Guard is reserve for the Air Force, reserve, and then civilian reserve forces. So Coast Guard has Coast Guard Auxiliary, Air Force has Civil Air Patrol. Um, as you can see, this is disconnected from Marines and Navy. So the states have a naval militia, which is composed of reserve Navy and Marines, and they basically do what the Coast Guard does, but in the waterways. So if you're in New York City, you'll see a U.S. I'm sorry, New York Naval Militia boat going around Manhattan doing security and stuff like that. But state defense forces are a state military only force. The reason they created these in World War One was because the whole Army National Guard was deployed to to Europe. So they created state guards or state defense forces to be the primary military forces of the state. And they do things like wildland firefighting, search and rescue, honor guard logistics, cybersecurity defense, chaplain services, mobilization assistance for the National Guard, and stuff like that. And I've been working with agencies and federal, state agencies and stuff like that to try to see if the state defense forces can do more to augment the Army National Guard, both domestically and internationally. Um, and in support aspects, because a lot of times you'll have Army National Guard units deploying under strength, so state defense forces can easily augment that strength. So if you're down 50 guys, like, hey, I got 50 guys for you. Their prior service, they're already MOS certified, and we can have them volunteer for the mission for 2 weeks, or if you want to do some kind of pay arrangement based upon their rank, we could work something like that out. So I was working with a couple of agencies regarding that to see, because some state defense forces they go on active duty for emergencies like hurricanes and stuff like that, and they don't get paid for it. Like Georgia is one. They go on active duty for a week, 2, 3 weeks, whatever. They don't get paid for it. Um, other state defense forces, however, do get paid for it. So, like New York is a good example. New York Guard or the New York State Guard, when they go on active duty to augment the National Guard during a hurricane or whatever, they get full active duty pay based upon their rank. And for training, originally they were never all state guards don't get paid for training. So that 1 week in a month you never get paid for. Things are changing now that states are now paying state guards to get paid for their training and active duty. So a lot of things are up in the air with things like that legislatively. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting to see how things are progressing on that front. Um, and state guards are under this UCM, the state equivalent UCMJ. So you guys probably heard of, if you join the military, you're on the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Each state has their own equivalent of that for their National Guard. And I don't want to get into legalese, but um, when the governor activates the National Guard, they need to be under the same rules and regulations as the federal National Guard. So they just basically copy and paste in many ways, in certain aspects, the federal UCMJ to apply for when they're on state active duty versus federal active duty. And the state guards are under that pretty much the same state active duty military rules and regulations. And what that basically means is if you are a state guard soldier, you never served, you'll have to go through basic training. You're not going to get paid for that. However, some state guards are doing that now. Um, and then if you get assigned to a post, like let's say you get assigned to do shelter management and security operations and logistics, right? For let's say a whole town that had to abandon the town or whatever, and you have to manage the shelters and everything and the security, right? When you get active duty, when you go on active duty, you're going to be there to the end of the mission. If you decide to say, I'm done. I'm going home. I'm not getting paid for this, or I'm just going home. This is not for me. You're gonna get served with an arrest warrant. So like that's the difference between like a state guard and a police force or a fire department or other Salvation Army or Red Cross. When you're in those volunteer organizations like Red Cross and police forces too, and fire departments, they're paramilitary forces, so they're not they're not assigned to like a UCMJ. So technically, a police officer could say like, "Look, I have to go to attend my family," and they could technically leave their post. I had actually a podcast interview with a U.S. Army professor about that, and so there will be no repercussions other than maybe losing your job. In the state guard, you'll lose your job in the state guard, but you'll lose possibly your freedom too. So that's why they're like a really critical asset because the governor can rely on them. FEMA can rely on them and say, hey, listen, there's 300 state guard. We need them to do search and rescue operations. At the end of that mission, there'll be 300 state guard on active duty, whether they're getting paid or not. And the troops there, if one guy says, hey man, I need, I need to pay rent, I'm not going to be able to cover it, you have me on active duty for 2 weeks, you could bring it up with your chain of command. They might make an exception, or they might try to work it out with command, whatever, put in an appeal or whatever. But ultimately it comes down to military command. If they say no, we need you, sorry. But the whole point of the state guard is to give you an opportunity to serve, to be in a military uniform, to augment and assist the National Guard and state and local authorities. And you won't be deployed outside your states, pretty much. So, like, if like a good example is Georgia, right? Hurricane Helene came through and really did a number on Georgia. Georgia State Defense Force, also known as Georgia State Guard, was deployed, activated. Now the destruction went to Tennessee as well. Now you are not obliged to go to Tennessee to assist there. Your job is to stay within the confines of Georgia. The whole point of a state guard is to do that. Um, so yeah, these guys coming down. He's coming down. Okay. So yeah, and so that's the thing, and but yeah, so that's the whole point of a state guard, state defense force, and during peacetime, their job is to assist and augment the National Guard. During wartime, their job is to, like for example, if there's another world conflict, another world war, their job is to assume the duties of the National Guard. So if the National Guard, the New York National Guard, completely deploys to wherever, the New York State Guard's job is to assume the duties of the National Guard. So that means disaster relief. That means maintaining security of National Guard armories, state military facilities, if any state emergencies arise, things like that. And the beautiful thing about it is like the beautiful thing about it is uh, a lot of people, a number of people join the state guard because they don't. When you join the national guard, you can get deployed, right? You will get deployed. Let's just say that. If you join the national guard and you're a medical doctor, you own your own practice, and you serve 4 years, chances are 1 or 2 out of those 4 years you'll get deployed to Africa or Europe or wherever, right? So you'll have to leave your practice. With the state guard, you don't do that. You go on active duty um, for a few weeks, and I'm pretty sure your practice could survive without you for a few weeks. And that'll be the longest. That'll be for like a hurricane kind of thing. When I say a few weeks, probably like 2 or 3 weeks at max. Georgia State Defense Force during Hurricane Helene, which was pretty bad, was on active duty for about 2 weeks, roughly. So yeah, it's something. It's a great way to serve without the commitments of having to go, and if you own your own business and you can't go away for months or years on end, it's a great way to serve. You do get some benefits. Like Texas gives educational benefits. They give other benefits as well, and other state guards give benefits for like free fishing, fishing hunting licenses, perks like that. And it comes in handy for like, I mean, it's great for people like, I would say like, if you can't serve in the U.S. military, 3/4, 3/4 of the people in the United States cannot serve in the U.S. military. Three fourths out of all the applicants, excuse me, are rejected because of height, weight restrictions, educational, whatever it may be. And I was talking to one military entrance processing station, MEPS is known, commander, who was mentioning that like most of their applicants are rejected because for numerous for those things I just mentioned. Um, and the state guard is a great alternative because we could take those 3/4, right? If you're a cybersecurity expert, right, but your height and weight, you don't fit height weight measurements, or you can't deploy because of you run your own business, whatever it may be. You could join the state guard, be in a uniform, do your 1 week in the month. It's a great way to serve. Serve your country, keep our country safe. And as somebody that went to I realized the importance of our freedoms from two key things. One is when I enlisted in the Marine Corps and realized like the luxuries we have, like being able to go to the bathroom on your own. Uh, yeah, you can't go to the bathroom on your own in the Marine Corps. You have to go when they say you go, and if you can't hold it, you better hold it. Kind of thing. You better hold it. But I remember when I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8, we went to visit family in Poland, and it was like 1988, and the Soviet Union was there, and uh, I'll never forget. Like we went to visit my cousin, and I remember before we went to visit their house, like we stopped by a market. And this is a time when like we had supermarkets in the United States, right? Like we had supermarkets for a while. Um, and I remember walking in this market. I'm like, what is this? Is this a convenience store? They're like, no, this is like their supermarket. I'm like the shelves had like one thing each, right? Like they'll have like, I don't know, a shelf, a can, something like that, you know? They'll have like one thing per shelf, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like nothing in here. It's like empty, right? And then their meat case, right, which was like maybe the size about this, maybe this tall, it had like little pieces of meat, like little nuggets of meat. And I remember like I was like 8 or 9, and I'm like, Mom, like this is their meat, and they're like, yeah. And we bought like 3, 4 pieces, and I remember we got a few things like maybe bread, a few other things, bread. I don't know, salts, like bare bare things. You know, like not even they didn't have chips or anything. Like they had bread, they had meat, they had like salt, flour, basics. And I remember going to their little cottage, or whatever, their house, which was unfinished. Because I guess I don't know. We showed up there, and I was just like, "This is barely enough food for me." I was like 7 or 8 years old. I was like something like that, and I was like, "This is barely enough food for me." Like they flipped out. They were like, "Oh my gosh, you haven't shouldn't have spent so much money on all this food, all this meat. Oh my gosh." They were like shocked about it. And I remember just thinking, I'm like, wow. And I think my mom later on told me like they don't have much. And I think years later, my father told me that a lot of the cattle, cows, pigs that they had, the Soviets put on a railroad and shipped to Russia and left the Polish people to starve. And I could see it. Like there was like for our food, like our dinner, like I remember they made meals almost out of nothing. Like there was, I think I remember there was like a lot of soups. I think something like that, where they would put like little pieces, bits of meat, like little tiny, right, and then maybe little. I mean, just little pieces of rice, and I'm like, this is like a drink, right? And that was all they had, man, and that was them going all out. And so when people say like the Polish people don't like the Soviets, that's why. They were starving, and I remember we used to send packages of food. Well, I don't know food, but I don't think we could have sent food through the mail, but of clothes because they couldn't even get clothes back then. It was really sad. I didn't realize how serious it was. Um, I remember when my father lived there, he told me like he owned a car, and Soviets, I guess, didn't want importation of Western stuff. So like when he had to make like a seal, not a seal, but like a cover, whatever, a thing to seal in the engine fluid. You had to go to forest and carve it out with wood, like crazy stuff, man. But my father learned how to be a mechanic that way, though. He was telling me. So they have one brigade in front of me of, ooh, it's Claiborne's, 2,200 men facing about 6,000, almost 7,000 of my guys. The only difference is I'm going to come over this rise and they're going to have a nice view of me, which is going to be bad. I need you guys to double quick. Whoa, whoa, I hear rifles. But that's why, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but recent news that I was catching up on was that the Polish, because they're part of NATO, they have to spend like 3% of their GDP on military, right? They're not even doing that. They're spending like 4.5 or 5.0 like of their GDP on the military. And they're spending way above what they're supposed to. I think I saw on the statistics or whatever, they're spending more than the United States is on GDP or something like that. Because of what they did, or what they're doing in Ukraine. Poland will not take any risks that this will happen, that Russia will invade Poland again, because they did twice, I think, in the last century. Fragzar says people seem to forget it was an empire as well. It was prone to abusing its subjects, as empires tend to do. Yeah, yeah, it's totally true. It just shocked me as like I guess 7 or 8, and I think another big thing that really shocked me, that surprised me, was when I was like, when you're that age, right? Um, when you're that age, and I'll never forget when my father was stopped by we were I guess we crossed the checkpoint or something like that, and I don't know, between the checkpoint, I think maybe it was at the checkpoint, maybe it was further down the road, I don't know, maybe when we were going to Poland. You know how in the United States we don't have soldiers, manning checkpoints? In Russia or Poland, and East Germany, they did, right? And I'll never forget a soldier coming up to my father with a full like AK-47, and I remember at that time, like the only time I ever saw like a soldier in uniform with a full, rifle was in the movies. And I remember thinking, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on?" Like I knew we were somewhere very very different, you know and it was scary as a kid back then. It was really scary. All right, so these guys have muskets, but I'm hoping with this flanking maneuver here that, as you can see, they're already reforming. So what I'm going to do here is do this. That's probably an easier way to do this, but whatever. All right, my boys, I got it. Colonel McCook. Fragstar says USS Border Guards has special green furniture on the AKs. It was very sought after these days. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. I think my mom did take a picture though, of that incident, because I remember she was showing me the our trip to Poland back in the 80s or whatever it was, um, and she took a picture of my father with that guy talking to my father. I think he was asking like, "Where are you going? Why are you going there?" Stuff like that. Fragar says, keep the pressure on. Yeah, well, of course. Jeez, this guy's already. But yeah, I remember my father was saying like the Soviet guy or soldier, whatever his name was, or whatever the guy was like asking my father these questions like, "Why are you going there?" They were suspicious of Americans back then. But you know, but I was watching some YouTube videos where they were saying, I think even a Polish politician said they will not allow the fall of Ukraine under Russia. I was like, wow, really? Like they will not tolerate that. They will not, like they will send in Polish soldiers. Like I think they were saying something like that. And I was like, whoa. Because even France was suggesting that they were going to send French forces to Ukraine. Um, but I feel like that sport goes back and forth. But do you see like going back to the primary thing of this video? Do you guys see why there needs to be a physical player in this game? Like the AI is just not where it should be in this game. Like I would have done something different than what they did. I would never left my flank open. I would at least put this whatever they have here, at least something like that. I'm not looking forward to it. Is 20 bucks. That's it's gonna be 12 o'clock. 12:22. Yeah, I have a feeling that I'm not looking forward to going to work tomorrow. One thing that I always get after like a long break is everybody forgets their passwords. Like the passwords expire, and so they need to reset. Oh, these guys are not in good shot space here. Let me get the division. Come on, hold on just for a little bit longer, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, I got one brigade that broke. Some Franklin, as good as. Oh, okay. So we're gonna be taking losses here because this is the only part of their line that's entrenched. Fragzar says Poland will Article 5 in a heartbeat if there's any incursion. I really wish the AI would be buffed. Every game needs Ultimate General's AI. I think the Ultimate, yeah, I haven't played Ultimate General in a while, but um, I remember it kicking my butt a couple of times. And I think about it. Monday after winter break, always, yeah, yeah, it's always not. Oh man, I lost two brigades. Are you kidding me? Seriously? Franklin and who else? And McCook. All right, whatever. Fine. Jeez, I wonder how bad my losses are. Where's the HQ commander? That's second division. Where's the head honcho? There he is. Oh, I got a whole nother division here. I'll put him right. Oh, no, 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 no. Not him. This guy. I'll put you right into the thick of it right there. I lost 1,000 men, which is not too bad. Not too bad. I don't think. I got one brigade here engaging. Is that the objective right here? Why are they defending over here? That's weird. You know what? Since the objective is that, I'm gonna send the cavalry out here. Oh man. Come on, boys. Ah, they broke. They're really trying to hold on with these two brigades here. Alright, I'm gonna issue the charging order for these guys too. Oh, it's Yule. Come on, baby. Send the carrier over there. Come on. You can see the guy moving. Get closer. Alright, my boys, my first brigade is going hand in hand against Yule. Was 1,400 against my 1,000. I just threw another 1,000 in there. So 2,000. One broke. I got another going in. You know what? You don't even need a charge. They broke. How bad are you guys? 2, 17, and 3. It's good to have that kind of cover. Oh, I lost these guys. Alright, so my flank technically is open. They got these bad brigades over here, but that's okay. I'm gonna move these guys into position. Come on, get to medium range, start engaging. Alright, cancel the charge. Alright, so they broke. Whew, wow, that was something. So now they have two brigades that are broken. Oh, the enemy's retreating. Okay, good. Alright. Oh, Custer is trying to go at it. Look at it. Fall back, my friend. Oh, crap, he's not gonna fall back. Yeah, he's not gonna fall back. It's freaking Custa. Yeah, and he broke. Hopefully, better now than, in 1876. So they're supposed to be retreating. Then it doesn't look like they're retreating. I got John Buford over here. It's just chilling on the battlefield. All right, so I lost 1,700. They lost 1,900. Ugh. So almost 1-for-1 odds. That was my bad. I screwed that up. I should have probably put two divisions to the side to flank. I only put one division. It wasn't even enough. They needed definitely more. But technically, I lost 1,800 men. They lost 2,000. Population wise, they can't lose that. They have to lose one for every two of ours, technically, somewhere around there. I think my kids are asleep. So national morale should be, yeah, at 100%. So we broke them. This army of the Potomac are going to head south. This army of the Northwest is going to head that way. I have this army, which is only 5,000 men. That's it. Okay, that's not good. I have to wait for these guys to get their stuff together. There's only one guy in charge. So I have to wait for some of these armies to get up to their strength. I have 29,000 on the hooker over here. So I definitely need more bodies. Let's like look at my field manpower. So reported sick is 8,000. Volunteers available. I can get 25,000 more. But then again, I don't have the ammo for them. Not the ammo, the freaking weapons. So let's look at what we have to give. Reboard muskets. I put in an order for this long time ago. It still didn't do anything. I have 2,000 Springfield muskets. I had 100,000 at one point. So you can imagine how many are already in. Like, um, I have 2.6K of these, and that should show up in about a month, a little over a month. How am I supposed to? So literally, it's just a waiting game. I wish I could just tell Britain, like, hey man, give me all your stuff. See, I don't understand what this will do. Maybe give more money. I don't know. And then there's this occupation administration. I guess I'll do that. This is going to cost me that. So that's going to be using like the armory that's in Richmond, I guess, to my benefit. What is this? Transport ship capacity, river boat capacity. I don't know. So overall, I have to wait 47 days. There's not much I can do. I'm still going to put pressure on them. Heck, I didn't even. Oh, I can upgrade these guys. I'm going to do ambulance corps first. Uh, I'm going to put pressure on them. Try to move them. What is this? There's a new market here. Head down here. If I could take Stanton, whatever, uh, that'll go a long way to keeping them out of the Shenandoah Valley. They'll pretty much have to like rely on defending this railroad here. And I have 17,000 men here. What I'm hoping to do in the next game is Army of New York comes up to set 8,000 men, defends Washington D.C. I could take this army of, at that point it'll be 22,000 to defend Richmond, move him to Petersburg, cut this line, relieve the sieges, clean this up here, and basically make this entire corridor all Union. That's what I'm hoping. And then maybe with more rifles, I can create a new army to kind of invade West Virginia. I don't know. But that's my ultimate goal. But going to the main crux of this video is this: to have 10,000 men just sitting there with 23 guns, not partaking in that battle that could have made a difference, that would have made a difference. Because even if I put that extra core that I didn't even use, that would put it like 1-to-1 odds almost. So, yeah. Um, and the AI sending, I don't know, 17,000 men against my, you know, 17,000 men 101 is like, what's wrong with you? Like, what they should have done is, I don't know, leave 5 or 10,000 men here, take the rest and hit here and try to rout this army, right? And then push me back into Maryland. That would have made me say, shoot, should I move cores this way to defend there? It's a game of chess, but they're not playing it well. And this is why you need a human player. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this. I will catch you guys in the next one. See you then, and yeah, I'm hoping that that Grand Tactician, uh, you know, does their thing. They that they what do you call it, that they add a DLC down the road. I don't think they will. Maybe way down the road, add a DLC to this game that adds naval combat and stuff like that and more updates. But I know they're in the middle of something because there hasn't been an update since. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, with the engineering core going through as a P user phone, it's a good time to share some engineering. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna do this dev blog in my next video. So if you want to go ahead and read it, you can. I'm gonna do this as my next video. I did not know that they did that. I thought this was the latest one. Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Catch you next one. See you then.